Well, I'm very pleased with how it's been reported to me that the meetings have gone. I think it's particularly important that the next round of committee meetings is going to be held in Gibraltar. I think that demonstrates where the equities in this process are. They are as much in the Campo de Gibraltar as they are in Gibraltar in reality. And of course, I'm very pleased that, of course, it's been accepted that Dr. Liesl Mesilio is going to chair the Environment Committee in its second period of chairmanship, 5 months in.
Now, this round of talks that will be held in Gibraltar, do you have a date for that yet?
We don't yet have dates for that. There's work to be done between the first meeting of these committees and the next set of meetings. There will also be working groups that will be meeting in the interim, and there is now real work to be done, which is the sort of work we want to see done. Cooperation between our police and customs authorities, the analysis of the work that we can do in the environment, which affects people on both sides of the frontier, and the work that we need to do in monitoring citizens' rights are being and are going to continue to be upheld on an EU basis, even after we leave the EU, for those that are already exercising EU rights, which is something, and I want to be very clear about this is not something that's in the Gibraltar Protocol or in the memorandums on Gibraltar. This is something agreed between the United Kingdom and the European Union at the level of the whole of the territory of the EU and the whole of the UK, including Gibraltar, and it's what the withdrawal agreement was about. That's what the soft landing was all about.
What happens to all these talks after the transitional period expires if there isn't an agreement between the UK and the EU on a future relationship? What happens to everything that's been agreed and discussed?
Well, the transitional arrangements come to an end, the committees come to an end, and all of that work, if there is not agreement to continue doing it, also comes to an end, except for a very thin strand, which is the strand between the UK and the EU. This is not about Gibraltar and Spain in any way, or Spain and Gibraltar. It's about the UK and the EU, and it's about the continuation of the rights that all of those British citizens have been exercising in Europe, those EU rights, which they're entitled to continue to exercise, and all of those EU citizens who have been exercising rights in the UK and Gibraltar under the treaties, who will be entitled to continue to exercise those rights going forward. That is the only strand that continues, and the withdrawal agreement provides for that to continue to be policed indefinitely going forward, as much in Gibraltar as in London, Paris, Berlin, Madrid, or anywhere else.
And there's been nothing discussed in these talks regarding the future relationship?
Nothing at all, and there was nobody there who was empowered to have the discussion, either on the part of Spain, because the people who were present there were officials who were relevant to the work of these committees, or on behalf of Gibraltar, because the people who were present there were officials who were empowered to provide technical information and advice in respect of the areas where they and the civil servants are the people who act for the government of Gibraltar. But there were no politicians present, there was no discussion at a political level of the future, just a technical understanding of how to work in these committees and these working groups on the issues that these committees were constituted for.